All right. Good evening, everybody. I wanted to get on here before the full moon, which is tomorrow. I just seem to be having internet issues, and I am switching internet companies in the next couple of weeks. So I do hope this recording is okay. But if not, I do apologize. I'll re record it if it doesn't come out to my desired liking. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. But we do have a full moon coming tomorrow, Wednesday, December 7th at 11:08 p.m. Eastern, so 7 p.m. Pacific. This is in Gemini. Now, Gemini is the ruler of the third house, and it's also Wednesday, which is Mercury Day. This is also sometimes called the messenger of the gods. This full moon promises to bring um, all things problematic in dealing with transportation, issues with accidents, delays, power outages, and communication, especially where politics is concerned, since Mercury has moved into Capricorn as of December 6th, which is what, today, 2022. That energy usually takes on a more political aspect. Throw in a Mars retrograde in Gemini, and I guarantee you conversations are going to get heated in Washington, D.C., and in other places where you're talking politics. For some reason, that just brings out the nastiest people. Um, Gemini also rules Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, publications, writing, photography, media, and journalism. All these things could make headlines in the next couple of weeks, one way or another. Scandals can be exposed and photos leaked. The media could be in the media. And gossip is actually very common right now, not just with a Gemini full moon, but you throw in Mars retrograde in Gemini and it creates gossip. It is best to remember that full moons are all about completing things or bringing situations or issues to an ending or a completion. The waning phase is a time for rest, regrouping, replanning, and preparing for the next new moon so you can make your move. Now, this full moon is perfect for taking short trips, especially into nature to ground and refocus. Journaling and writing are perfect for releasing. And journaling, in my own personal opinion, soothes one's own mental clarity through personal journal writing. Now, if photography is what you enjoy, this is the opportunity to release stress and snap a few shots in the process. Gemini rules photography as well. We can also experience a busy phone and busy text messages, and hence why you will need to get away. Some of us won't be receiving the greatest of news. Some of us will have family members contacting us with news that's not so great. So you may be called upon to have shoulders to cry on. Um, that can get to a person after a while. So it is recommended you do take time for yourself. Hi, Melly. How are you? The stars have been talking. Yes, yes, I agree. Definitely. Where was I? Now, we all feel this full moon energy by house and sign, but the signs that always feel this energy the most, especially this Gemini full moon, are going to be the air signs. So, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, and of course, Sagittarius feels this too because that's Gemini's polar opposite is Sagittarius. But also, those of us that are born with a moon and ascending or a dragon's head and tail will feel this energy too. And on December 19th of 2022, Mercury goes retrograde in Capricorn. Modern astrology, it is the 29th of December, but ancient astrology, it's about 10 to 12 days sooner. I could have put in the 17th, but I felt the 19th, after looking at my own ephemeris, it was best to go only 10 days out. Anytime you have Mercury in Capricorn retrograde, this is going to bring old political issues back into the spotlight again. This could be Roe versus Wade. This could be some of the other things the court justices are looking into. We're all going to feel this full moon energy by house and sign, one way or another. Now, before I get into my magical folk, hey, Kate, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well. I just want to say, I don't know what's going on with my camera. My hair is not this red, okay? I don't know if I did something to the camera, but I'm looking at my hair going, I wish my hair was that red in real life, but I think it's the lighting. There's something going on with the lighting on my camera. Mercury isn't even retrograde yet, and I've had a lot of technical issues, actually since last Saturday when I DJ'd. So I'm hanging in there. Not having the greatest of days today. I think it's a little combination of everything. It's the spirit of the world. And then I decided to go into town today because I didn't want to be out and about on the full moon, because people are just nasty. People are not understanding the energy, so they're becoming like a robot to their own stars. And, freedom of speech is fine. I get it. But I'm going to say this. For those of you that follow me, I've told my witches on TikTok this, but I'm going to tell my LGBTQIA community as well. Those of you who follow me, I want my LGBTQ community to start concealing and carrying. Okay? You guys are in danger, and I'm very concerned, and I'm very worried. Lock and load. Carry a firearm and protect yourself from the bigots, the racists, whatever you want to call them. I'm in the middle of writing a children's book about astrology. I was telling a friend of mine this the other day. I said, when I launch it, I'd love to have my drag queens go and read into the libraries. What I find amusing is the people that scream the loudest about being pedophiles are the ones that are in the church. Now, mainstream media is not going to show this, but there have been a lot of busts in the last, hold on, I'm going to show you something. In the last couple of weeks, there was in Philadelphia last month, the Jehovah's Witnesses got busted for sex trafficking. Let me go. I'm going to show you something. Hold on. Bear with me. If I can find it. I've got a lot of information on here about the Federal Reserve. I was getting ready to launch my class this week, but more information came my way that you're not being told about in the mainstream media. So now I'm adding more information into my class that I'm getting ready to launch. Oklahoma, it's been crazy. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Like I said, the world is insane. And I don't know if I could find it. There's been so many things I've been looking through. But there's something I do want to tell you about. There's this y'all have to go watch this on YouTube or on TikTok. There is a platform called Skyologist. Skyologist.t.o. I'm typing it in. The reason I bring this up, I want you to hear it.
These are scientists, doctors, geologists from all over the world that have come together to conduct their own independent research, because y'all, the mainstream media is not covering what's going on around the world. They are keeping up with all the events that are going on. And
Let me just elaborate on it, because you can't hear it, and with the green screen in the back, it's not going to show you. I've come on here and I've talked about, yeah, go look it up. My daughter, every morning I wake up, I get stuff sent about the environment, about scientists talking about things. That is a panel of scientists. I spelled it wrong too. It's not shyologist. Oh my God, Linda. It is skyologist. Go check that out. It's a bunch of scientists, and there's things that we're not being told in the media. And I don't give a shit whether you listen to Fox News, and not many conservatives follow me. And that's fine. But MSNBC is not going to tell you this either. But these scientists are giving humanity less than 6 years. Contrary to what people say, oh, we've got 50 years. No, we've got 6, if that, if we're lucky. Hate to be Debbie Downer, but that is a cold, hard reality. But by all means, let's fight about gay people, and let's fight about this and about that. And like I said, I wasn't going to come on here today and do any videos because I'm not in a very good mood. I have a hidden dragon in Gemini. Throw Mars there in retrograde, and I'm ready to rip someone a new asshole verbally. Nobody on this platform, of course. It's just the world at large. It's why I haven't been on TikTok. I have steered clear of it for a little while. But I knew I had to get on here before this full moon hit. But you're not being told things, and it's being kept a secret. And even when I go on, whether I'm talking about the environment or whether I'm talking about the economy, I'm getting community guideline violations, and they're silencing me. But everything I'm telling you is truth, and it's coming, and it's happening. Okay, so all this information fell in my lap yesterday, and so I haven't recorded my class that I'm getting ready to introduce to you guys on Crypto 101, but I had to add information in about that I had just found out about yesterday. That's not in the news. May 2023, that is going to be a rough month. Financially, globally, environmentally. You got 2 volcanoes going at once now in Hawaii. The other one has erupted. So you've got Mauna Loa and Kilauea going. My daughter sent me pictures of that volcano erupting, and I'm telling you, the pictures that came from there, you can literally see Goddess Pele in the fire, in the smoke. Her image is in there. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be honest with you. You want to know what triggered me? Why I'm so triggered? Hey, Kapui. This afternoon, I was in the heart of the city where we live, and there's a courthouse corner, and this is where all people protest, like during the elections. You got one street for Republicans, and one side of the street is Democrats. Well, I should have videotaped them, but I didn't. But there was a whole group of people downtown with signs, Trump won, this 2024. I guess the one that triggered me the most was a sign that said, all gay people are pedophiles. Really? Every time I look, it's you religious fucking zealots that are molesting some little fucking kid here and there. That triggered me. But I've raised my daughter very well, and she is a lot like her old mom. And so when the light turned green, my daughter rolled down the window and said, "Fuck you, you old Nazi motherfucker, bleep, bleep, bleep." My daughter just screamed like a New Yorker. Very proud of her. But my LGBTQ community, start locking and loading, because I'm so sick of hearing about nightclubs getting shot up, and I'm so sick of hearing about entertainment being uh, uh, dismissed. I've been to drag shows. They're amazing. In fact, I used to do hair and makeup for the drag shows back in the day. Okay. So they're great people. They're not pedophiles. They have good hearts, good souls. Wouldn't hurt a fly. But it seems to me it's you people with your cross and your Bible that are the ones doing harm here. So I'm fed up with it. I'm sick of it. And so for my LGBTQ community, get a conceal and carry license, lock and load. And if a motherfucker gets in your way, bye-bye. I'm not trying to institute violence here, but you're going to have to fight fire with fire. I told my witches this in the beginning on TikTok because they wanted to resurrect witch burnings. Now I'm telling my LGBT community, lock and load, conceal and carry, and blow these fucking racists away. I was having a conversation today with my daughter too about her generation, Gen Z. And let me tell you something about that generation. That generation knows how to crush things and break things down from the inside. They infiltrate through they just brought down some conservative party, or some conservative, my daughter was telling me this. It was some sort of gathering, and all these Gen Zers signed up to help. And once they infiltrated inside, they fucked up the whole show. Oh, God, I know you are. Oh, my God. Don't get me started with him. God. Yeah. That's my message to my LGBTQ community. Get yourself some firearms because you're going to need protection. I'm working on the next dragon energy shift. That's not until July of 2023. And I am seeing a rebirth of Hitler. And I mean that in a very negative way. The dragon head is going to be an Aries, Aryan. There will be a rebirthing of white power, unfortunately. I am well protected too. And I conceal and carry, but I don't carry my gun everywhere with me. I just don't. And quite frankly, if I did, I'd be in jail. Seriously. No, the Sicilian and temper I have, which is rage. But no, I am well protected too. I have all my wards up. I have them up for my daughters as well. But it ain't getting any better, folks. It's getting worse. And every day it's something. Groups like the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, and I think that some of these pastors, they're considered domestic terrorists. Homeland Security this morning put out an alert for the LGBTQIA community saying that they're being hunted, that this is domestic terrorism. It's a sorry state of affairs. I was looking for What was I going to look for? Wait a minute. I couldn't find, can't find it on my phone. Hold on. Hold on. I want to look at an article if I could find it. Okay, so yeah, back in October, Jehovah's Witnesses were charged with sexual abuse of 19 children. 19. This happened in Pennsylvania. Past. Hold on. I want to bring something else up. We all know about the Catholic Church. There was another church here. It was in South Carolina. And it was the same church that was against the drag queen show. And someone in that church was busted for molesting one of the children in the congregation. Yeah, but drag queens and gay people are the problem. Fuck that shit. Yeah, I know, Kate. So is one of my kids. So I know how you feel. I know how you feel. So anyway, I'm just disgusted with the world. Like I said, I don't want to get on here and be down, but I do not see humanity making it. 6 years or less is what I give the world. Unless we get our shit together and quickly. My magical folk, let's go there, because nothing makes me happier than witchcraft. The Gemini full moon is perfect for working magic, for manifesting new or used cars, wheels. If you need a new car, this would be a good time to manifest it. Better communication, writing a book, and all public relations are blessed under this energy. This is also the perfect time, this full moon coming, to make any kind of travel talismans, protection jars for your cars or automobiles. This is also powerful spells can be cast to stop gossip about you. Shut the fuck up spell comes to mind right away. There's a couple of ways you can do a shut the fuck up spell. You can use a cow's tongue. You can mold a tongue out of clay. I've seen people use jalapeno peppers and hot peppers, and neither one is wrong. Perhaps that's the next spell we do in Patreon. But yes, Gemini rules the mouth, the tongue, communication, so you can shut somebody up immediately. Now, healing rituals for ailments of the arms, hands, and shoulders are perfect, as well as lungs and respiratory system. They work well under the Gemini energy. This is also a good time to make your own Gemini, Mercury, or even transportation oils and incense. Gemini, Mercurial energy is great for that. So happy magic making, you guys. Hey, sweet butterfly girl. Oh, I just noticed you. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, where was I? Now, these next few weeks are going to be very stressful for many of us. The holidays have us running around here and there. And many of us are working longer holiday hours, and some at this time, there are people at this time of year who feel incredibly sad and lonely. This is not a merry time for many people. Some of us are happy, but sometimes the holidays can be very hard. Sometimes they're not the easiest for a great many of us. And as my kids say, especially we woke people, as we progress forward these next few weeks, there will be some days that will be full of family drama, death, and even forced relocation. And I can't give you those dates because that's for Patreon. And those will be the worst days of the month. But I would steer clear of December, and I've had to block those dates as well because that's not fair to Patreon. Now, I'm sure another shooting will happen or some sort of terrorist attack within those dates. Those dates are not the days to be in public, okay? Not the days to be running errands. I make it a point to never do a lot of errands or shopping in any of those phases. Going to places with much less traffic will always serve you well on those negative windows. It's best to work at home and clean up around the house. Now, Patreon gets all the dates, okay? And if you are interested in receiving those days of caution, full forecasts, and other cosmic knowledge, including annual and biannual tarot readings, then become a member today. I am running a special of $10 off either the Mother or the Crone tier. I have extended my special through December 13th. However, you can't just sign up and then expect the reading. You have to be within Patreon for 3 months until you get a free tarot reading from me. But I did extend the offer through December 13th. And I put my Patreon page on there. $5 a month is a very small price to pay for cosmic knowledge that will help you and your family. Knowledge is power. Remember that. Ignorance is evil. And the ignorance and the stupidity that I'm seeing coming from our politicians, our religious leaders, our mainstream media is a crock of fucking bullshit. Pardon my French. I am a potty mouth today. I'm swearing like a mob wife today. Okay. Just be safe out there, okay? Especially when we get closer to solstice. It's the only date I'm going to give you. Solstice. Stay inside. Don't go out. Enjoy your family at home with a fire. Be safe out there. That's all I could say. Because it is a crazy, fucked up world, and it's not getting any better. Well, okay, I got to go see now when your birthday is. Hold on. Wait, don't tell me. I got it right in my software here. Wait. Just don't go to any drag clubs. I'm serious. Don't go to your gay bars and hang out with your friends. Don't go to a drag club and see a drag show. I wouldn't do any of that. These people take all the fucking fun away from it, you know? There's things I want to say on here, but I know I'm going to get my platform taken down. So I'm going to shut the fuck up myself. Thanks, sweet butterfly girl. It does suck. This energy sucks big time. Soon as I'm getting ready to launch this crypto class this week, and every time I think I'm finished and I've got everything I need ready to go, more shit happens and I have to put stuff in. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it's more and more stuff is happening financially. And while they're keeping you distracted with Kanye West, I'm going to tell you something about Kanye West. I see assassination in his future, and I'm not wishing that. I went and looked at that man's stars. There's something bad, something wicked's coming for him, as it should. Well, Melly, here's the thing. I'm trying to find the right words here to say this. 2023 is not going to be easy, okay? Uh, 2023 is not going to be easy at all. Um, but if you remember me saying, some of you may have forgotten this, but we're in a dragon head energy. The universal axis is in a Taurus Scorpio. Okay, so please remember that Taurus is a slow moving sign. So, like the last dragon energy, which was Gemini, Sagittarius, the tail was in Sagittarius. And that's why you got all these conspiracy theories, because Sagittarius is normally the truth seeker of the zodiac. But when that tail is reversed, people either keep their head buried in the sand or up their ass, or in this case, up Donald Trump's ass, and they don't see the truth. They think they know the truth. They think they're woke, but they weren't fucking. They're not woke. Woke couldn't even slap them in the face, and they wouldn't know they were woke. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm a vendor, and there is a drag show at this event, but I'm not. Okay. March 2023. I actually see some positive things for March. March is actually one of the positive months of 2023, Melly. Okay. May of 2023, like I said, Taurus is a slow moving sign. So as we start getting closer to the month of May 2023, you're going to see economy crashing. You're going to see our American dollar crash. Not just the American dollar, all dollars. The global economy is going to crash. You're going to be introduced to something called CBDC. And that's all I'm going to say, because my class is all about this. My class is here to prepare you for the fuckery that our government's getting ready to do to us. And this isn't a Democrat or a Republican thing, because Joe Biden has fucked us too with something he signed back in May. And you're going to get all of that information in my class. But May of 2023, March, excuse me, Melly, March of 2023, Pluto moves into Aquarius for a while, and it leaves the political conservative sign of Capricorn. Okay. It does go back into Capricorn, and we're not fully out of this. It bounces back and forth in 2023 between Aquarius and Capricorn. And it's not until January of 2024, Aquarius stations there permanently till the year 2043. Okay. March is going to be a pivotal month of liberation of some sort. Remember, Aquarius is a very progressive sign. It's radical changes, radical movement. It's not going to tolerate the stuffiness and the snobbery that comes from the Pluto and Capricorn. Okay. It is a global change in some ways. You're absolutely right. That's the perfect word, sweet butterfly girl. We are not living in the natural order of things. No, you know what? I have to tell you this, sweet butterfly girl. My husband said this the other day, and I quote his exact words. I don't give a fuck anymore. Let it all burn down. Let's watch it crash around us. I am excited for the system to go straight to hell too. It needs to. There needs to be change. And once I launch this Crypto 101 class, you're going to understand some things about what our federal government has been doing for the last 51 years. This was created by them. You can start with Nixon. He's the beginning of the fuckery started with this motherfucker. Okay. Yeah. Well, you and I are from that same age group. We know. I mean, even though I think when Nixon was in office, I think I was like 1. You weren't even born yet, I don't think. Okay. You and I are about a year apart. But yeah, I mean, it's all coming to a head. You cannot run a society on debt. Okay? And that's what America has run their society on. Debt, inflation. Okay? You can't run a society on that. It's not sustainable. This is where crypto comes in. Now, I'm not saying that crypto can't be fucked with too. Look at what that company, FTX. Okay, 2 weeks before FTX went down, I was sitting there looking at my portfolio, and I don't have a lot of money invested, but I sat there going, I have $800 on this one platform, and it's a centralized platform. If I don't get this money off of here, things are going to crash. And sure enough, they did. They crashed, and I was able to salvage my measly $800 that I had invested. Hey, I took 200 and made 800. That's a good day for me. And I threw it into my hard wallet, which is my savings account. It can happen. See, and that's why this class is going to explain to you the difference between a DEX, a decentralized exchange, or a centralized exchange. A centralized exchange is operated and controlled by the feds. Coinbase is operated and controlled by the feds. It's a centralized exchange. Going to teach you the difference. Now, if you are a cryptocurrency savvy, this is not going to be the class for you. Okay? This is going to be for the people that don't know much about what's going on. I do, and I pay $69 a month to be in a group of people that know what is happening and what's getting ready to go on. So what I want you guys to do is your own research, and here's what I mean by that. And there's like this Valencia, which is a very bad thing, what's happening, but this thing's in the media. While this is going on, whether it's the Kanye West debacle or Valencia or some other celebrity, you know what the American people's problem is? We're too fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? We're too enamored with billionaires. That's the problem. Stop putting these fucking assholes that don't give two shits about you on a pedestal. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck the Kardashians. Fuck Gates. Fuck them all. They don't give two fucks about any of you. Fuck Kanye West. Okay? They don't care. He doesn't care. The Kardashians don't care. All the other fucking elitists, they don't care. It's a distraction. So while this shit's being on mainstream media, I want you to go to the website vicenews.com. And I want you to look and see what's happening in the world that's not being reported in the mainstream media. Okay? That's what I want you to do. And then from there, when they're distracting you with something in the media, you need to go and look at the financials. I don't care if you go to Forbes. I don't care if you go to a coin desk, I think it's called. You need to go into these financials, stock financials, coin desk, and see what they're doing. There's things I know that they've just done in the last 3 or 4 days that all have to do with what's getting ready to happen June 2023. Our economy completely crumbles. Stop spending money on unnecessary shit. Except my astrology readings, of course. Kidding. I am running a special soon on my readings, my annual specials, but stop buying unnecessary shit. Quit buying shit on Amazon and making that motherfucker Bezos rich. Okay? The only thing I'm getting ready to tell you, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag with the class, but as of yesterday, Amazon signed, with another company to do some sort of financials. If you pull the layers off of where this company's originating, I'm going to drop one name. You'll know all about him after you take my class. BlackRock. Go research that shit. And then you'll know. And once I launch this class next week, you'll know too what's going on. It's going to be very informative. It's going to be very enlightened. It has taken me a while to do. And the reason it is because I want it to be thorough. I want it to be done correctly. And I want it to be done properly. So that's why it is taking me long. My astrology course that I'm going to be teaching isn't going to be coming out till spring of 2023. Because once again, when I do something, I don't half-ass it. I put a lot of time and energy, and I make it as thorough and as complete and as accurate and as informational as I can. Remedial. What's remedial, sweet butterfly girl? Is that news? Remedial. Remedial? Remedial. Remedial? Anyway, that is your forecast. I do apologize for the rant. Just sometimes I just can't take it anymore. And I don't know. I guess I was never born a racist because I can't get my head wrapped around the thought of you not liking somebody solely by their gender, by their race, or even their religion. You know, I come on here and bash Christians. That doesn't mean I hate Christians. My mother's a Christian. However, my mother's a Christian that could teach other Christians how to be good Christians. Because if they were giving out angel wings in heaven, my mother would get a set. My mother always looks for the good in people, as Jesus would. Love thy neighbor. I don't know, some of y'all, I'm sure I've told you about Nostradamus's quatrain. That's going to be in my course too. My crypto course is not just about the economy, okay? It's about the great seer and what he saw coming, okay? All those years ago, and how he perceived what was taking place back then, what's happening now. So it's also a ancient astrology lesson as well. You're going to learn the breakdown of Bitcoin, how it was erected, why it came into existence, and it is here to stay. And I do know, like what Sweet Butterfly Girl just said about she can't wait for the whole system to go to hell. You know what generation's going to suffer the most from that? The generation that suffers the most from that are the boomers. Okay. You're the ones that are going to suffer the most because of your blatant denial, your indoctrination. And I'm not trying to bash a whole generation because there are some that are fantastic. My mother's a boomer. She's great. I do think that, you know, my daughter was telling me that a lot of boomers, when they were growing up, the reason they're so fucked in the head is because they grew up around lead paint, and that they're just not right. I'm like, okay, I've got to go research this. I'd love to ask the word for Americans, and I thought because we're so slow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a good word to use for them. No, we are. But it's not just, you know, it's not just America. We are in a complete global reset right now. Don't you find it strange? And I'm going to leave you with this tonight on this pre-full moon. Don't you find it strange that our Fed, the federal government of the United States, is stockpiling gold? China is stockpiling gold. Russia is stockpiling gold. The European Union is stockpiling gold. Okay? The reason they're doing this is the only thing I'm going to tell you from the class. The reason they are doing this is because a currency issue is coming. And when the global dollar falls, whether it's the ruble, whether it's the yen, whatever they are on China, American dollar, Australian dollar, British pound sterling, whatever it is, there's going to have to be a currency, a bartering tool. Well, gold is the currency of the gods. Okay? It is a godly currency. When you took the United States off the godly currency of the gold standard back in 71, all the villains came out. And that's where all your interest rate and your debt started. Yep, remedial Americans, they're a little slow to catch on, but the boomer generation is incredibly indoctrinated. They don't believe any of this is going to happen, and they're the ones that are going to suffer the most. They're the ones that are going to be pushing a shopping cart in the street. It won't be Gen Z. And half of my generation is woke. The other half is just fucked in the head. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. No, it's going to be the boomers. And I say this because last year, every year I get stuck going on this radio. I can drop the name, but they're conservatives. And every year, just after I'm done, I go, why in the fuck did I bother? That was a waste of my 2 hours. Why do I even bother going on here? All they want to do is sit and argue with me. And last year, I told one of the guys that was on this channel about crypto and what was getting ready to happen, and he thought I was full of shit. So I'm expecting that call again, where they want me on their show at the end of December, beginning of January. And you know what I'm going to say to them? I'm sorry. I'm done giving peril to swine. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't get him to drink. If you want to stay stuck on stupid, that's on you, motherfucker. I choose not to. I choose to be enlightened. I choose to think for myself. I choose to see things outside the box. Now, because of who I am and what I am, that's why I choose to see things outside the box. Because I know we are being manipulated not just by our government or our politicians, but also by our media. Media is not as the ones that, like I said, expect the media to be in the media and get exposed. These next 2 weeks, some shit's going to hit the fan with media. I don't know what. I don't know if it's photography. I don't know if there's exposed pictures. But something gnarly is coming. And that's why I said don't go out on those dates. Patreon, you know those dates. Stay in, stay home, and live another day. That's all I could say, because it's getting more and more dangerous to go out. I mean, every day you go out, you sit there and go, shit, I wonder if I'm going to get shot today. I mean, it's every goddamn day. So, yes, 2023 is going to be rough. March should be the best out of the entire year. Not saying that there won't be bad things that happen. But Pluto shifting into Aquarius is going to be like a breath of fresh fucking air. Sorry. May and October of 2023 will be the worst. Absolute worst. So, and no, hon, you're okay. You're okay on the 11th. That wasn't one of the dates I gave. Hold on. Let me look at something. Sweet butterfly girl, you are just fine. You go out, you celebrate, you have fun. Okay? You'll be fine. You're not in any kind of negative window on that day. You go out and you have a very happy birthday, my dear. Celebrate, enjoy. And see, that's the problem. Look what's happening. It's your birthday. You shouldn't have to fear going out and enjoying yourself. You shouldn't have to fear going to a drag show if you want, or going to a concert. Not so much a pandemic. Well, there's a pandemic of racism. So yeah, I am seeing a pandemic. A pandemic of racism is coming. And shit that's spewing out of Kanye West's mouth isn't, what does that guy see when he looks in the mirror? Because I'm just truly curious. What does he see when he looks in that fucking mirror? No, you have fun, sweet butterfly girl. But as for pandemic, okay, I'll say this. Remember when I told you that the dragon's energy is on the United States' fifth house, and the fifth house is the house of children? Okay, beginning this year, we had a shortage of baby formula. Now we have this respiratory infection hitting our children. This dragon is hunting for American children. One way or another, it's hunting them. And you can see it in the news. So, unfortunately, with this respiratory issue, I do think people are prone to getting sick by their stars in some ways. And what I mean by that is, why did some people get COVID and others didn't? Because their stars are programmed that way. Some of people's stars are programmed to have respiratory problems. Some people's stars are programmed to be strong and have a strong respiratory system. I have a hidden dragon in Gemini. Gemini rules the respiratory system. Doesn't mean that I'm not susceptible to disease and sickness and illness, but I took all the precautions during COVID and I didn't get it. But someone told me the other day, who is a graduating student along with me from astrology many years ago, but Linda, you have a dragon's head in Gemini. You're protected. Okay, so just remember, wherever you have your dragon's head, there is a realm of protection for you too, natally speaking. There you go, Melly. No, I get you. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to lay low. I even thought about, it's to the point where you don't even want to go to the holiday festivities, the holiday parades, the lighting of the tree, none of that shit. Do you even want to go to that? I don't. Just don't know anymore. And it's happening everywhere. It's not just in the South. Hell, I live in Arizona. I'm Proud Boy and Oath Keeper Central here. But no, sweet butterfly girl, you go have a good time. Melly, I think March 2023 will be just fine. As we get closer to that date, throw me the date itself, and I'll go look at the stars as we get closer. But March 23rd is the day Pluto moves out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. So it's a new day dawning. Hello, El Tinta. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Oh my God, El Tint. Greetings from Argentina. How lovely. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're not, my kids put up the tree already. And I am actually surprised it's still up with a house full of 7 cats. But yeah, we put up the tree. But I'm noticing with myself, I didn't go in full decorating mode this year. I don't know. It's not really in the spirit. It's hard to be in the holiday spirit when people are dying or innocent people are getting gunned down for no reason. It must be fucked to live in South Carolina tonight, because, taking out a power grid is really an act of terrorism, and people are freezing. It's 30 degrees there. It is around, yes, Melly, it is around the spring equinox. I believe that is on the 20th, 21st, 21st, I think. It's right around there. Yeah. A few days before. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to add to this. Oh, I don't know if you could hear this. I did want to share this with you guys because I found it so funny. So Friday, I was supposed to get on here and go live. I try and get on here every Friday. And I was cleaning up and I accidentally picked up a box and like knocked my back out. So I was nursing a backache all weekend. Your cat used to get stuck in the tree and then whine. Oh God. That's funny. I don't know. Cats love Christmas trees. Okay, so Friday I had every intention of getting on here, and I make it a point when I get up in the morning not to get on social media right away. Okay, it's just, it's not healthy, it's not good. So I try not to get on TikTok or Facebook or even check my emails, at least until after I've had my coffee. But I woke up Friday morning. Let me know if you can hear this. Okay? Where are my speakers?
The president of Russia fell down the stairs at his home and shit himself, according to a social media channel, which is linked to his bodyguards. The president of Russia fell down the stairs at his home and shit himself, according to a social media channel, which is linked.
Okay, I'm sorry. I woke up Friday morning and that was the first TikTok I heard. And I couldn't stop laughing. Well, he must be feeling better. Pootie must be feeling better because he did drive his little 70-year-old ass across the Crimea Bridge to test the bridge. But I used to think moving to Europe would be safe. It's not. It's not. In fact, I'm very concerned for Europe right now. I do think that they're going to get nuked in 2023. Poland, Russia, or Germany, things like that. I don't know how to say this because I was going to save this for the next dragon that's coming. Putin, he won't be in the land of the living too much longer. Maybe 2 more years, if that. That's if he doesn't destroy us in the process. Okay, that's all I'm going to say for now. That is a very evil man. I've seen his stars. He doesn't give a shit about anybody. And he's got little man syndrome. You know what I mean by little man syndrome? It's not this is no diss towards my men that are short. I'm short. I got little woman syndrome. But he's short. He's like only 5'7", 5'6". So he has this arrogance. I've always find that the shorter the man, the bigger the prick. And not in that way. He's just a prick. There's something about that. I don't know if it's an inferior. Ron DeSantis, short man, he's just a little asshole. Okay. Putin is not a very tall man either, and he's very macho. He's a boomer. He's got this mentality. He just made a law that you can't even mention being gay in Russia. Okay. As more Gen Zs get elected into office, this is going to be the Republicans' biggest fear is those Gen Zs. There won't be this, what's the word I'm looking for? This indoctrination, okay? They see things differently. They don't see, the boomer generation has rose-colored glasses on. They see things through rose-colored glasses. Even my generation, Gen X, which we're a tough-ass generation. We were raised by the boomers. We fended for ourselves. We're not needy. Gen Z is a little more needy, but that's because they had parents like us, Gen X, who took care of them. I always, not that I wasn't taken care of, I was very well taken care of as a child. I had an Italian mother. So, but a lot of Gen X's were raised with parents who were latchkey, they became latchkey kids. They came home, they cooked their own meals, they raised themselves. Their parents were working all the time. Um, and that's the way that generation is. Us Gen Xers have, always had this nuclear fear. When I was in high school, we would do nuclear tests and get under our desk. So this this energy is just we're in a very bad place, and people are divided. I'm not trying to pick on the boomer generation. I'm not trying to pick on the Leo and Pluto generation, but the world is changing, and your viewpoints are need to change and adapt with the world that's here, not the world from 30 years ago. Um, Another comment I really despise is when I hear boomers go, "Well, when I was your age, I had owned a house." Yeah, well, houses were $20,000 when you were their age. No boomer or no Gen Zer can afford a house right now. I can barely afford a house. You know, um, I'm trying to think of words. What the word I want to say here is. If we don't start coming together and uniting, I'm not sure what our government enjoys this. They like us divided. We're controllable more when we're divided and fearful. That's why I always say knowledge is power and ignorance is evil. Because the more knowledge you have, the less indoctrinated you can be. Okay? And that's either an educational knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Um, if you guys think that the woman, came from a man's rib, that patriarchy will have you believe that. But I'm convinced woman is God. Go look up the goddess Sophia. No, woman never came from a man's rib. Man came from the womb. Always has been since the beginning of time. But the patriarchy will have you believe otherwise. I do feel that there's a lot of lost information that we haven't been given, and that's not our fault. Um, when those conquistadors went into Mesoamerica in the 15th century, when the Spaniards came and destroyed the Mayan ruins and destroyed Mayan texts and all of that stuff, we lost a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. Some may have been destroyed, and I'm sure some of it is sitting in that Vatican library because they know. They don't want you to know. Knowledge is power. The church knows knowledge is power. They don't want you educated. They want you civil, obedient servants, like George Carlin used to say. Civil, obedient servants. So I do encourage all of you. I do apologize for going on an hour rant. Like I said, I've been in a crappy mood pretty much most of the day. So I've I've seen the old Sears kit. Yes, Melly. Yes. And that's another thing. There's a housing crash coming. 2023. Please remember the next dragon that's coming is sitting on the United States' fourth house. That's the house of home, security, real estate. I'll say I'm going to leave you on a positive note. Okay. Start saving your money. If you have money saved, come July of 2023, you might be able to get yourself a foreclosed house. A lot of people are going to be defaulting on their loans. And if you're not able to get in on those homes, there's these companies that are buying them up like crazy. It's going to get to the point where the corporations are going to buy up so many homes and charge an exorbitant amount of rent. There's going to be a lot of homeless in the streets of the United States of America, more than there are today. But I am going to leave you on a more positive note. March 2023, when the Pluto energy changes, it's going to be radical, but it's positive as well. Okay. 10 years from now, if we still have a planet left, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but go check out in the beginning of my broadcast. Oh God, what did I say it was? Hold on, I'm scrolling up. Skyologist.t.o. I think I got it right. Skyologist.t.o. These are a group of scientists. They know their shit. Go check them out. Because they're speaking truth, and it's your media that does not want you to know the truth of what's happening with our environment. We're on the brink of a total collapse, economically, environmentally, and humanitarianly. We're on the brink of collapse. Not just the United States, all countries, all superpowers are getting ready to collapse in some way. Okay. So I want you all out there to be safe. Have a great full moon. I am sorry for being Debbie Downer. You're very welcome, Melly. But I just want you to be aware of things. I don't want you to be, I don't want you to go, holy shit, I didn't know that. I want you to be awake and aware. And when I'm learning new information, I am bringing it to you. I am telling you. And it's safer for me to do it on this platform than it is on TikTok, because I'm like skating on thin ice on TikTok. I've got community violations, especially when I speak up against the church and pedophilia. And it's like I'm almost convinced that TikTok are all for pedophilia. Okay. From what I see. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But go check out skyologist.t.o. Very enlightening. It's scientific. It's not conspiracy theory. This is actual facts, figures, and knowledge. We're at a pivotal moment right now. Mother Earth, she will go on. We won't. I've said this before. Pay attention. And also, when you see media pushing something, I want you to go and look the other way, and I want you to go and research what is it they're not telling you. Okay. Have you heard too much in the news about CBDC coming? What have you heard? Not much, have you? Not much. That's for another day and another time. Now, it is what, Tuesday? I am going to get back on here on Friday. I promise we'll get back into the swing and schedule of things. I will get back on here on Friday. We'll do some Friday chit chat. I do have some news about the monarchy. I don't know if it should. First of all, something is launching tomorrow that is going to, I think, potentially damage the monarchy. And it does have to do with Harry, Prince Harry. There's a documentary coming on the 8th, in a few days, 2 days from now, on the 8th. And he's exposing quite a bit. Not to mention, he's got a book coming out. I think it's like January 10th. It's called Spare. If you're familiar with the monarchy, you know that they always call the next in line to the throne the heir and the spare. So that's why he wrote the book, The Spare. And he's going to talk about racism within the monarchy. And I've told you this before, and I actually pissed a lot of people off when I said, if you don't think that some of the royal family, not all of them, but some of the royal family aren't racist, think again, okay? I was given a book by a client. I don't have it next to me, or I'd show you. I'll show you it on Friday. It has a lot to do with the monarchy. Now, Nostradamus himself says that King Charles will abdicate the throne, and that could be a possibility. But according to this book, holy crap, I got to go look at Prince William's stars. They're saying that Prince William, Nostradamus in this book says that Prince William will not be king. It's going to be Harry. So now I've really got to go and look at their stars. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, that would just be, I would love it, because it would just stick it to these stuffy old British racists. And you'd have the first Black Queen of England. Because Meghan Markle is a woman of color. She is, I think, half Black. I think her mother's a Black lady, Black woman. I don't remember if it was the mother or the father. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the royal family. But, oh my God. I know, Melly. I can't wait either. I'm like, okay, the 8th. I even wrote it on my calendar. Gonna make some popcorn, gonna make a fire. They are because they won't give the wealth back. Oh, who won't give the wealth back? Wait, I'm confused, sweet butterfly girl. Who? Harry won't give the wealth back? Or the monarchy won't give the wealth back? I think it's the monarchy. Because there is stuff, I'm not going to cuss anymore. There is stuff that the monarchy have taken from other countries. Exactly. Yes. This, Kate, when I posted that, I got so much hate messages from that comment right there. They killed Diana because of Dodi. Yes, they did. That really caused and ruffled some feathers. Now, I'm not everything in The Crown. That show is going to be 100% accurate. Obviously, it's a show. It's a movie, so there's theatrics. But some of you forget I read the stars. So if one person's saying one thing, all I got to do is look at someone in the royal family stars and say, Someone wanted me to look at Prince Andrew's stars. I'm sorry, I cannot. I looked at his stars for about 10 minutes and I'm done dealing with pedophiles. Fuck him. I think we need to look at the stars of the royal family who are going to be of better service to society. Not an old has-been pedophile. And that's what Prince Andrew was and is. Her mother, an Irish blood, if not mistaken. Okay. Well, someone said to me, I don't give them very much, a Leo and a Virgo, that never happens. This and that, they're not going to last. They're not this, I don't know. I can't say that for sure. But because in the realm of ancient astrology, sun signs has nothing to do with your compatibility. It's your Venus and it's your dragon and your Mercury in some ways and your moon. There's a combination of both, but the emotions of the moon have to ebb and flow with the Venus and the love. I know many people that are, in the mainstream astrology that are supposedly uncompatible. And they're perfectly fine. I know a Leo married to a Pisces, fire and water. How does that work? Well, if you look at both of these people's charts, their dragon's head and tail are simpatico with each other. One has a Venus in one of those signs. One has a moon in one of those signs. So it's doable. So this thing about, oh, fire and water don't mix, that's not true. Ancient astrology is complex, very complex in that manner. And it doesn't matter whether someone is a water sign and someone is a fire sign. If two people fall in love, two people fall in love. And that's just the way it is. But yes, I'll talk more on Friday about, like I said, I'm going to watch on the 8th. I think Friday's the 9th, and I'll come back on here and we'll talk about it on a Friday afternoon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I am going to have to start looking into some of the stars of the, forget the older generation. They serve no purpose in the royal family anymore. Prince William, Princess Kate, I said King Harry, subconsciously maybe. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I will look into their stars as well. But some of the things that were in this Nostradamus book were incredibly disturbing. And I'm not going to bring them up now. We'll talk about them more on Friday. But I do want to thank all of you, Kate, Melly, Sweet Butterfly Girl, and Kapui. Where's my Kapui? She's around here somewhere. I want to thank you all for joining me. I know I was only supposed to get on here for a little bit, and here an hour and 16 minutes have gone by. But for all of my Patreon, please remember this is the end of the year. And I tried to remind you last night when I did your full forecast in Patreon, you do get your 3-card spread readings annually. I do them biannually. And that's for both tiers, Mother and Crone. So start hitting me up for those because I'm scheduling them now, okay? There you go, Melly. Fire and water equals steam, which makes movement and action. Perfect. That's the perfect metaphysical concept and way to explain it. I love it. Perfect, Melly. All of you out there, be safe. I think I forgot to say goodbye to my Argentinian friend, El Tinto. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Hopefully Friday afternoon. Please have a safe full moon, okay? This is a warning, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I am out of here. With it being in Gemini, with Mars retrograde in Gemini, people are going to be nasty. People are going to be argumentative. People are going to be road raged and driving. I'm seeing it driving today. People have no patience. People are cutting you off. People are giving you the finger. Just please be careful out there. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. We've gone through far worse full moons than this, but watch your mouth, watch your tone. Think before you speak is what I'm trying to say. Okay. For myself too. Think before you speak. I actually wasn't going to come on here today because of the mood I was in. I was in a really foul mood when I got on here, and I'm like, snap out of it. This is not anyone's fault. It's the stars, the energy that's moving through my own chart. So, and hugs to you too, Kate. And all of you out there, have a great evening. Have a blessed full moon, and I will see you Friday. Ciao bello.